Okay, I don't normally do videos on Fridays for the stock market, but we're going to do it. Do this week in review like I promised earlier in the week because I think it's an important time in the market. Going to look at the weekly chart, the daily chart, and the trade of the day. We'll look at a trade that I made also real quick. Try to get through the video kind of quick here. And the weekly chart right here, you can see last week we hit the high, all-time high of 4841.5 on the futures here, S&P 500 futures. Yes. And I said yesterday and the day before, if this weekly candlestick, let me just spread this out a little bit to make this a little bit bigger. If this weekly candlestick right here, if it was, full body with not much of a lower wick or no wick, lower wick at all, then I felt like next week was going to be a down week. This is pretty decent body, the way the today finished. We'll look at today, the daily chart here in a second, but this is still pretty solid candlestick for the week. So what are my thoughts about next week? I think next week will be a down week overall, but I think it's going to be a mixed week. Okay, what I think we're going to get is, we're going to get maybe a week like this, okay? Might get a week like that. We might get a week like this one. You see that candlestick right there? I think that's the greatest odds. Going to have some decent range, but the week's going to end up kind of, maybe not a doji, just a little bit down. So those are my thoughts for next week. I do think it'll be a down week. And I think there's a good chance, we'll review this weekly chart again at the end of next week. But I think we're pretty good chance we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks. If we do get into a third week, then quite often we get a big candlestick that third week. That happens a lot. Third one here. Here's one that was 2. Still a big candlestick for the last one. See this big third one here. Now, I was going to say this is kind of, this is all very bullish in here. And even during this whole bullish time, you still got 3 downs, a lot of 3 downs, 3 down. Here was 2 down. But this one came in really early and it was weak. This one is not weak. So I don't think we're going to get that. Okay. Let's see. So I do think there's a chance for 3 down candlestick. I think next week will be kind of, like I said, a mixed week. Those are my thoughts. I think we're going to see that kind of pattern. Doesn't mean we can't make money next week. I think there'll be plenty of opportunity and plenty of range, but you're going to have to be really careful about how you trade it. Okay, so there it is, January 14th. Yes, I think the cycle low is going to happen. Looks like it's already beginning to happen. And we'll talk about this one out here in March later on. Divergence still showing up here. All right. Let's switch over to the daily. Now, I said last night to the members, watch out, today was probably going to be a small bounce day. Sure enough, what do you know? It opened up at 47.32 3/4, and it closed at 47.35 1/2. So just not quite 3 points above where it opened. Okay, that was like, I can't even tell you that it's amazing. I'm not always that accurate, but today was like, got some data in yesterday from the Universe Indicator that kind of indicated this would happen. So there you go. Excuse me, I'm eating some cherries. This time of year we got cherries in North America. Very good. So I said yesterday this is looking like it could be getting exhausted. We could see a little bouncy bounce in here. If not Monday, maybe Tuesday, something like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Could be a little bounce in here and then down again. So we'll just see how that goes, how that plays out, okay? But I do think we'll get down to this 46.52. I think this number is going to happen. All right. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day. All right, here was my trade of the day, $1,000, which was my goal, was to make $1,000 today. You can see I traded 6 total contracts. These were ESs, the E-mini futures. I was trading them 2 at a time, and I had 3 different trades. So that worked out pretty good. I had a scalp in the morning, kind of early morning. I saw a pattern the 2 previous days that I thought was going to hold up for the 3rd day today, and it did. So I took advantage of that, made $175 on a little scalp early in the morning, pre-market. And then, well, we'll look at the 5 and 15-minute chart here in a second. I'll tell you where I made my entry. But I kind of had a goal, and worked out really nice. $1,000, closed the position, the last position for the day, and it was a very good week. Very solid week. I don't know what the total for the week is, but I had a very good solid week. Wanted to share that with the members. I think the membership just keeps getting better and better, and opportunities just keep on presenting themselves for the members. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the trade of the day on the charts. All right, so here we are on the 15-minute chart, and this single Get Us Plus alert came up at 9 a.m. this morning. Okay, really super nice. And I was looking at both the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart. And I knew, because remember I said to the members last night that I thought today was going to be a bounce day, so I didn't really react too much to the 5-minute chart because I thought any signals on there, especially early in the day, were going to be a little premature. So I waited for this 15-minute chart to kind of mature, got up in here, a signal kicked off, which was right here, this big green candlestick. I got in right here. I think I got at the bottom of this red candlestick. My time was a little off. Right at about 47.5, I think, or something like this. Okay. So I had to wait it out for over an hour. Well, I'm sorry, 45 minutes, yeah, an hour. And then it started pulling back. When you're trading 2E minis, it doesn't take too much price movement to be in a unrealized loss. In other words, you're holding the position, you haven't closed it yet, but you're running a theoretical loss. So that's what this area right here was. When you're trading, sometimes that's going to happen. You can tell my timing was pretty good, but it wasn't absolutely perfect, right? My timing wasn't absolutely perfect, but it was still pretty good. I had to wait for about an hour, and then the market played really nicely, okay? So for members who are struggling with this kind of stuff, if you're taking positions and the market just moves a little bit and you're closing those positions and taking a loss, that means your position size is probably too big or your stops are too tight. Okay, that's probably what that means. Now, if you have a really, really small account and you're only trading like 1E micro, that's all you can do. Okay, you're gonna have to, I went through that myself. I went from literally trading 1E micro futures on my brokerage account years ago to now where I'm trading 2E minis. And I remember during that time trading like that. You have to kind of weather the storm emotionally, psychologically. Okay, if you think you got good entry, then you got to kind of wait it out. Of course, it has a lot to do with how much margin you got, things like that. But if you're finding yourself getting in and out of trades a lot, something's probably not right. Something's a little bit off. Like I said, the only caveat to that would be is your account's really small, so you're kind of riding this fine line, right? Well, everybody's got to go through that time as their account matures, right? As your account grows, you want to get that account growing so you don't have to do that. Okay, so that you want to be able to be able. My point being here is you want to be able to sustain if the market moves against you. This was nearly 10, not quite 10 points. It moved against me about 7 or 8. You do the math for 2E minis. For some people, that's a lot of money, right? I think it was like $800-900 down. A lot of people, they just fold. They're down $100, $200. They fold. That's it. They close the position. But see, I had decent confidence in my decision making. And as you mature in trading, you're going to figure out that how to psychologically, emotionally deal with position that you're holding is temporarily moving against you and not panic and get out of the position, which is what I had to do here, right? I mean, you do the math here. I think it was like $700, $800, $900, might even been $1,000 down for about an hour. Okay. But I knew that the Get Us Plus indicator was giving me a pretty good signal. I also knew today was probably going to be a bounce day. But you kind of have to have a feel for the market. I mean, I could have been wrong. It could have gone to the moon. But this is why I always talk about understanding multiple time frames. Knowing the weekly chart and the daily chart had a cycle low projected for the second week of January, I wasn't in panic mode. Right? Because here we are on January 5th. We're only 7 calendar days away from what I think is probably going to be the cycle low. That's very helpful. Okay? You start putting the pieces together and you realize once you got your information and you've got enough experience underneath your belt, and you got confidence about where the market's headed, and cycle analysis will help you do that, then you're not going to panic if you're just temporarily down here for 45 minutes or an hour. Okay, so anyway, I entered there about 47, got up to about 60-ish, and then started making the big pullback, and it got way down here. And I made up my mind that when it hit $1,000 profit for me, I was just going to cut it loose. It didn't matter if the market kept going down. I just kind of had my goal and set it, and that was done. I mean, it could have been, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I also had on the hourly chart here. I'll take a look at the hourly chart with you guys. I normally don't share this with non-members, but we're going to just do it today. Okay, set this for the hour. All righty. Let's get rid of the Get Us Plus indicator here. Okay. So you can see, let me see if I can get this to be, it's okay. This works. So 7 a.m. I had a cycle low projected for 7 a.m. Wow, was it ever? Right on the button. I had another one projected here at 2 o'clock. There it is. Look at that big red candlestick. Now I got out down in this area, this red candlestick here, and made $1,000 with a profit right between these two candlesticks, okay? And I said to the members, I think we're going to see a pullback into the 2 o'clock hour. That's what 1,400 hours is. But I was busy doing some other stuff, whatever. You can't always be trading all the time. But this was probably easily a $2,000 day. But everybody's maturing, guys and gals. Even I'm maturing. Everybody's maturing. Next time I might do that. I might jump back in the market, do this trade, and trust that my cycle analysis was good, which it was. It was very good. Lately, the 1 hour charts have been just banging. Okay, so anyway, that's the deal with not only my personal trade of the day, but just the trade of the day in general and how those opportunities present themselves. All right, if you want to be a member, you want to become a member and take advantage of all this, stick around. I'll talk about it here in a minute, okay? All right, so you want to become a member. That's great. In the instructions below the video, there's going to be a link to the Discord server. Now, make sure you read the instructions carefully before you join, okay? Once you've read the instructions, click on the link for the Discord server. It's going to bring you over here to get a server. You're going to click on Server Shop. It's going to take you to this page right here. $7.99, okay? I'm telling you, man, I should be charging $50 per membership. Yeah, but whatever. I'm charging $7.99. It's crazy. Let's talk about what comes with the membership. You get the streaming charts down here. You get the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour chart, which I just showed you the 1 hour chart. I show you the cycles on there. Also, in the trade of the day, talked about the Get Us Plus indicator, which today I used. I literally used that Get Us Plus indicator, my own indicator, to make $1,000 today. Now, I didn't use it only just that, but it was part of the picture of helping me make the trade, okay? The cycle analysis with the Get Us Plus indicator and some other things helped me make that trade. Okay, anyway, the streaming charts have the cycles on there. The 1 hour chart does anyway. And the Get Us Plus indicator is on all the streaming charts, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour. So when you join, if you click on this channel down here, S&P 500 Stream, you're going to get to all 3 of those charts, okay? Streaming live 5 days a week. Pretty much 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday, I stream these charts. Okay, starting Sunday night, because futures open Sunday night, all the way to Friday. Futures close at 4, I think, my time. Here in Texas, okay? So you get the streaming charts. Excuse me. When the alert does happen, the Get Us Plus alert, it sends an actual alert over to this S&P 500 alerts channel. On here, you can just right-click and turn notifications on. You'll start getting notifications, okay? And you can do that for any of these other alerts channels as well. Now, these other channels, I don't stream the charts for them, but I do still send alerts, and that's gold, crude oil, top 30 stocks of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. And the daily only alerts, that's any of these top 30 stocks for the S&P and the NASDAQ. If there's an alert on the daily chart for these, it'll go to this channel here for swing trades. But in here is 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour alerts going on in this channel for these stocks, okay? Same thing here for the crude and the gold. Okay, premium symbols, Monday through Thursday. I don't do it on Fridays, but Monday through Thursday, I put future symbols in there. It can be up to as many as 4 files, and the files hold the symbols, okay? So there'll be future symbols in there. There can be industry symbols, optionable stocks, and anything that looks like it might be getting ready to be shorted. So pretty useful channel. If I trade any currency, usually occasionally I'll trade currency futures. It might be the British pound, it might be the Aussie dollar, it might be the euro dollar. Then I'll put something in there. And for you guys and gals that trade Forex, that could be useful because the futures and Forex probably track pretty similar. Okay. All right. Emails go out every night, Monday through Thursday. So if you want to get the nightly email, put your email address in there. And what happens is every night I send out the email and I attach the daily chart of the S&P 500 to that email. And I give my opinion about what I think the market's going to do. Okay. The solar channel, I do watch solar activity. Believe it or not, that has a lot to do with what's going on in trading. And my universe indicator has a lot to do with this. Okay, fixed income. If I'm trading corporate bonds, I'll put them in here and say what I'm trading. And I might put in there occasionally CD rates and high-paying savings accounts because we're in a high inflationary time here in the economy. And then these two channels here are just general chat. That's obviously S&P 500 chat and regular member chat. If you have a support issue for email, put it in this channel, emails only channel. All other support issues, just put it in the member chat and I'll pick it up. Okay, this is the only channel that just is open to everybody, but it's just a kind of a welcome channel. There's no services in there. Okay, so everything in this big old rectangle here, all this is members only. That's what you get for the $7.99 a month. If it was me, I'd invest in myself, pay for 3 months, whatever. Maybe it's like $25 for 3 months. Learn about the cycles, watch the videos every day, Monday through Thursday, especially the trade of the day, understand how I go about it anyway. A lot of the traders incorporate the service with their own trading style, right? But learn the cycle analysis, understand how the Get Us Plus indicator can help you. Okay. Obviously, you want to look at the email every night, Monday through Thursday. And I think if you're patient, eventually the membership's going to pay for itself and then some. Okay, I had several members this week alone. I know they made probably $100 to $200 a day, maybe 3 or 4 days this week. Okay, they're not even thinking about the $7.99. It's a coin, right? They're making more than enough money. They've paid for this membership for the rest of their lives. They don't even think about it. It's covered. All right. The rules, please read the rules. And here is be nice to everybody else on this server. Okay, don't make me be the bad guy. I will kick you if you start doing bad things on the server. If you're saying nasty things, you're posting dirty, nasty pictures, anything like that, I won't tolerate it. I'll kick you off the server. If you keep doing it, I'll ban you from the server, okay? Don't force me to be the bad guy. Please be nice to everybody else. Be respectful. Also in there, the rules are the refund rules are in there. And there's a disclaimer in there that says I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give advice. I only give my opinion, okay? All right, that pretty much covers it, guys and gals. Happy trading. Hope everybody had a very profitable week. God bless all of you. Talk to you all real soon again next time.